I'm here with Willie Macc, comedian originally from Arkansas.
Yes.
Grew up in St. Louis. Been in Los Angeles now for 14 years.
14 years.
And you are a whiskey drinker, my friend.
Yes,
Let me tell you
am.
something. I work with a lot of comedians who drink whiskey. This guy can knock it back.
Oh, yeah.
You are impressive. Get to that here in a second. You've been in Vegas or in L.A. now for 14 years. You've done over 30 national commercials, right?
Yeah, 30.
Name some of the ones that people would perhaps recognize you from.
Well, right now I have a Snapple commercial running where I play an apple in one of these Snapple Apple commercials. I have a Hyundai commercial that's out right now as well, summer clearance commercial.
Right.
So these are the ones that's running right now. The more popular ones that I've done, though, Residence Inn, that ran for 3 years. And then there was one that ran, it was my Dominos. That was the most controversial one that I've done because it was right after the Cheerios where I had the black man with the white woman.
Right.
So I did one like that with Dominos. And it was me, my white wife, and we had a mixed kid. And it ran a lot, made a decent amount of money from it. But the comments from people were like, there's no way a black man's going to be with a white woman and that kid this long. Like, there was so much of it. People were like, Domino's, you lost a customer if you're going to have a black man take our white woman.
Wow.
Yeah, but I've done a lot of commercials.
Wow. And God forbid a black man and a white woman would enjoy pizza with their kid. People are douchebags.
I know.
So you've been in LA for 14 years. You were doing comedy, then you kind of took a little bit of time off.
Yeah.
You got back into comedy, and you're getting some heat with doing some acting stuff. In fact, you're supposed to shoot a pilot.
Yeah.
And your agent, because agents listen to absolutely nothing. People that are watching this, agents pay zero attention to your schedule. If they can make a dime off you, they're going to make a dime off you. They don't give a shit about what you have going on.
Yeah.
So you were contacted to do a pilot this week. We're working together. We're in Laughlin, Nevada now. We're doing some stuff in Arizona. And you turned it down.
I turned it down.
Turned down a pilot.
I know. Don't say it like that, man.
Here's the deal.
know.
I respect the fact that you're like, look, I want to do comedy.
Yep.
I told you I'm doing comedy. This is what I'm doing.
They wanted me to shoot the 17th, the 22nd, and the 29th. And I did have to make the decision of, like, is it doing this pilot or doing stand-up? And my passion, like I said, especially this year, it's all about stand-up for me. And I turned it down. My agent got a little upset, but whatever.
What shifted your brain from going from the acting stuff? I mean, you're always interested in doing stand-up. You just took a little bit of time off. What got you back into, what rejuvenated your interest in doing stand-up?
What rejuvenated it was just the fact that, one, a lot of my friends started blowing up in stand-up. When they went the harder route. For example, like I knew Brent Moore and Gerard Carmichael, and like a lot of them lived together. Like when they were first starting off, they were living together like in like a studio apartment. Not just those three, but like an individual. And I was like, I didn't like the broke lifestyle, so I learned how to edit, and I took that. And they were like, no, we have to grind this out, Willie. And I didn't want to grind it out. So now I'm at a point where stand-up, I see the opportunities stand-up allow, and I'm having so much fun at this point just being able to tell my story that I thought was scary at a time, like how I talk about having a baby mama in high school. Like I was at that time, you couldn't tell me that I was going to be touring or talking to people about this crazy situation, or I have a son that's out of high school now. And to hear people laugh at my situations, it's nothing like it.
You've been killing it all week, man. It's been an absolute blast working with you. You're a huge whiskey drinker.
Yes, I am.
We picked up on this the first time we were working together in Lake Havasu. Cheers.
Yes, cheers.
And what got you into whiskey?
I never got into vodkas.
Yeah.
The vodkas have this like weird tang to it, like it's like kick that I don't really like. Gins, I never really got into the gins. I don't know what got me into whiskey, like, per se, but it's always just been my drink of choice. Like, when I drink a whiskey, one, I feel classier when I have a whiskey. Like, it feels like a gentleman's drink. And at first, I didn't have a taste for whiskey until maybe, like, 3 years ago. I enjoy it, man.
5 more of these, you'll see just how classy I can be. Let's watch
more?
the games begin. Yeah, 5 more. Let's see if we can get thrown out of this casino.
Hey,
see what happens.
I think we could do that.
We can make this magic happen.
Yes.
In your 14 years in LA, what has been the biggest surprise for you when you got out there and you've been doing your stuff? What has been the biggest surprise for you that you've noticed out there in Los Angeles?
The biggest surprise for me,
Good or bad?
I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do a little bit of both. So on the good side, the surprise is it's actually a lot easier to make it in entertainment once you start not giving a fuck. When you start focusing on how to make it and just trying to impress people, or like why I took time off in stand-up of just trying to force people to trying to make them laugh. But when I just start saying, I'm gonna tell y'all this, I'm gonna just give y'all my story. If y'all like it, y'all like it. If y'all don't, y'all don't. And once I started doing that, things just started happening because I didn't have that pressure and that just guilt and just like shame of like, no one laughed, man. Now I'm just having fun. Now when I hit that having fun point, I started booking more commercials. I started doing more jobs on the road and all that stuff came around. Now the bad side of Hollywood is it's so fickle. It's so... people forget about you, all the favors you might have done for someone or whatever. People will throw you under the bus in a second. I have friends who are now on TV, and before they had the money, I was the one helping them out. I was the one filming their stuff or whatever. And I'm asking now for people to give me, hey, just give me tickets to your show. Now, I can't give you any tickets because they'll cut into my sales. That cut into your sales. The one that bothers me the most, and this gets me, and I promise you, once I make it, I'm gonna call them out on it. So I used to have a show on BET. I had a show, not was on a show, but it was my show, College Hill. And I remember 2007, 2008, I was going to the BET Awards and all this other stuff. I was the guy. 2009, I asked BET for some BET Awards show tickets to go. They said, Willie, you're not relevant anymore.
Wow.
And that ate at me for the longest. So now I'm in my head, I'm like, once I make it, they're going to ask me to host. And I'm going to get on that microphone, I'm going to be like, am I relevant now? Woo. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm striving for.
I don't blame you. That's one of those things where that stuff stings. When that pops and hits you where you don't expect it. When you thought these people were on your team.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like you said, they're like, yeah, no, we don't really give it. We could care less. Willie Macc, you are awesome, brother.
Thank you so much.
Great working with him. Next time you see Willie Macc in your town, come by, check him out, buy him a Jameson.
Yes.
And you know what? Get him some Domino's pizza, too.
Please.
Domino's pizza for this man. Follow him online. All the social media contacts are down there. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
Yes.
Follow him.